All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my action research proposal. My proposal study focuses on improving student reading comprehension through targeted small group instruction. Reading comprehension is one of the most important skills students need because it affects their success in every subject area. Students must be able to read and understand math, word problems, science passages, social studies, text directions, and written response questions. When students struggle with comprehension, it can affect their confidence, participation, academic growth, and so on, things like that, etc. Um, the purpose of this action research plan is to use classroom data to determine whether focused small group reading instruction can improve students' comprehension skills and help them become more confident, independent readers. Okay, so let's say turn one. All right, all right. So a summary of this action plan. All right, the problem I am addressing is that some students struggle to understand what they read and they apply comprehension strategies independently. These strategies and challenges that they go through include identifying the main idea, making inferences, summarizing and using context clues, answering questions with text evidence, and explaining their thinking and writing. My plan to action is to provide a targeted small group reading instruction based on student specific needs. Students will be grouped using classroom data, reading assessments, and iReady information and word samples. During small group instruction, I will model comprehension strategies, guide students, guide students explaining and their learning throughout their thought process and their small groups. All right. This plan is important because students all do not learn at the same pace at all. Students all learn at different paces, and all are not on the same level when they're in the same classroom. Um, they all need different types of support. Small group instruction allows me to meet students where they are already and provide more focused instruction. Action research is appropriate for this study because it allows teachers to examine a real classroom problem and use evidence to improve their professional practice. All right. My data collection plan will use a mixed methods approach. This means I'll collect both qualitative and quantitative data to get a complete picture of students' progress. Qualitative data, quantitative data, excuse me, will include pre-assessment and post-assessment scores. Already reading data, comprehension checks, exit tickets, progress monitoring results, and short quiz scores. These sources will help me measure whether students are showing growth in reading comprehension. All right. So for qualitative data will include teacher observation notes, student work samples, student reflections, and small group conference notes. These sources will help me understand how students are applying strategies, what challenges they are having, and how their confidence changes over time as they're learning throughout my class. To manage the data, I will keep records organized by student codes or pseudonyms to protect privacy. I will track progress weekly and compare multiple data sources before drawing conclusions. This process is called triangulation, and it strengthens the credibility of action research because it uses more than one source of evidence to support findings. For example, I will not rely on test scores. I will compare assessment data with student work, observations, reflections to determine whether the intervention is truly supporting the student growth. Okay. And like I said, the triangulate evidence will help me compare assessment work samples and observations, reflections before drawing conclusions. Overall, I will continue to do all of these things and continue to use them in my small groups in order to know where my students are already at when they first come to me and how can I continue to support them throughout the school year. All right, so stakeholder roles. All right, each stakeholder will have an important role in the action plan. As a classroom teacher and researcher, I will plan I will plan the small group and plan all the small group lessons, collect and organize data, monitor student progress, analyze results, and reflect on the effectiveness of the intervention. Students will participate in small group lessons, complete comprehension tasks, respond to feedback, and reflect on their learning. Their role is important because students need to become active participants in their own growth. Administrators will support the plan by providing guidance, helping align the research with school literacy goals, and reviewing overall results. Colleagues, interventionalists, and instructional coaches may support the process by sharing strategies, reviewing data during POC meetings, and helping reflect the instructional instructional steps for the course. Families will also play a pivotal role in encouraging reading at home and reinforcing comprehension strategies when possible. The timetable will take place over approximately 7 weeks. During week 1, I will collect baseline data, review students' needs, and form small groups off of that data, based on that data. During weeks 2 through 5, I will implement targeted small group instruction and collect weekly progress monitoring data. During week 6, I will collect post-assessment data, review student work, and analyze patterns. During week 7, I will share results with stakeholders and determine next steps for instruction. Okay. All right. And this is my timetable, my implementation timetable will look like starting with week 1, baseline data from flexible groups, weeks 2 through 5, small group instruction, weekly progress monitoring, along with weekly progress monitoring. Week 6, and step 3, we have post-assessment and analyze patterns. And for the last one, week 7, share your results and plan the next instructional steps. These are all crucial when looking to how to better accommodate your small group rotations. All right, expected outcomes and benefits. The expected outcome is that students will improve their reading comprehension skills. More specifically, I expect students to become stronger in identifying key details, explaining the main idea, making inferences, using context clues, and supporting answers with text evidence. I also expect students to become more confident and more engaged during the reading instruction because the support will be matched to their very own needs. The benefit of this study extends beyond individual needs. Teachers will benefit by gaining evidence about which comprehension strategies are most effective. Administrators will benefit because the findings can support school-wide literacy goals and data-driven decisions. Making families will benefit from clearer communication about students and their progress and their specific needs on how to better progress throughout the course. The organization of this as a whole can benefit the entire school, more specifically, because the study may provide a model of using small group instruction to address literacy needs across the classroom and other classrooms in your school. Effective reading comprehension instruction includes explicit modeling, guided practice, discussions, and gradual release responsibility to students. Um, this connects directly to my action plan because small group instruction gives students the opportunity to see strategies, um, and for those strategies to be practiced by the teachers and modeled by the teachers, and eventually, uh, the students will have the confidence enough to apply those strategies independently in their work. All right, that's for my reflection. This action research process will affect my future professional practice by helping me become a more reflective and data-driven educator. Instead of relying only on assumptions about what students need, I will be more intentional about collecting evidence, studying patterns, and adjusting instruction based on student progress. This process will also help me view classroom challenges as opportunities for inquiry and growth, for inquiry and growth. In the future, I can use action research to study other areas of research um, by using such subjects as math, problem solving, vocabulary development, writing, student engagement, or behavioral intervention. Most importantly, action research will help me continue improving my teaching in a way that is practical, student-centered, and connected to real classroom needs. Okay. In conclusion, um, my action plan, my action research proposal is designed to improve reading comprehension through targeted small group instruction, consistent data collection, and collaboration with stakeholders. By using evidence to guide instruction, I can better support students' academic growth and confidence. This study is not only about improving reading scores, it is about helping students become stronger, more independent learners, and to help them become more confident in their craft and apply whatever strategies that they use in the classroom so they can use them independently within their work. Thank you so much for coming to my proposal.